So it's been a little while, but I guess we're doing YouTube again.
I literally have so much to catch y'all up on. I have done literally the most changes, but for today, let's just do some rainbow hair. This is my beautiful niece Cooper and her starting point, obviously faded vibrant. So our first step is to get this new growth lightened up. I went through her entire new growth section with Blonde AF and 20 volume and just lightened over all of the areas that had grown out. Now I'm melting that lightener into blank canvas and double 6 volume. Blank canvas is a product made by Pulp Riot that is specifically designed to remove vibrant colors, vibrant semi-permanent colors, I should specify, off of the top layer of the hair. Every time I do some kind of semi-permanent overhaul removal, I am going to use blank canvas. It is a more gentle version of a lightener, so I'm not stressing out her hair, because keep in mind, all of this hair that she already had a vibrant color on was pre-lightened. So if I go in with a traditional lightener and apply that over it to get those semi-permanents off, that's going to be really, really harsh, and it's going to be really, really aggressive and just stress her hair out. So anytime I'm trying to remove semi-permanents just to get to more of a clean slate, I'm always going to go for blank canvas. And you can melt it directly into your lightener while your lightener is processing, so it just cuts out another step of removal and prep work. I chose to do double 6 volume with this blank canvas application because, again, we're just really lifting off what's sitting on the top outer layer of her cuticle. I don't need a really strong developer just to go in and pull that off. But if you're working with kind of deeper, more saturated tones, you can use 10 volume with blank canvas. It's just going to depend on your client and what you are trying to remove. The best part of using my niece as a hair model means that while she's processing, I get to go do my own hair. It's like a rite of passage at this point. So I'm going to go shampoo my hair super, super quickly while her lightener is doing its thing. For the lightener in the blank canvas, I know I'm not going to get her back to super clean, even blonde. I don't need to get her back to super clean, even blonde for the rainbow colors that we're going to be doing today. I'm really just trying to balance out her starting point as much as possible. Now, if you do a lot of vibrant hair coloring, here is a part that I'm sure you have seen before where you're doing your lift and this like minty seafoam kind of green color just won't leave the hair. Like, let me know in the chat box down below if y'all have had this happen to you, because it is truly a nightmare. So to help kind of even this out a little bit more, we're going to go back to our basic color wheel knowledge. So what typically removes green? Red, right? Now this green, because it's a more pastelized green and not super deep, instead of using a red to neutralize, we're going to be using a pink because it kind of lives on the same level as this minty green. I was so stoked with how this lift came out. It is definitely light enough for all of these colors to show. So now we are ready to actually go in and apply our new color. This application is probably about to terrify y'all, but it is one of my favorite applications for rainbow hair. This is so quick and easy to apply. This is called the bubble technique, and basically what we're going to be doing is taking sections of hair and layering them right on top of the previous section. This eliminates all of the time that I would typically spend going through and blending colors together with my hands. I'm really letting the color do the work for me here. What's really happening is as I'm dropping these new subsections of hair and applying the color to the top of the subsections, because they're getting dropped on top of hair that has color on it, that previous subsection is coloring the underside of my new subsection while I'm applying the color to the top side. This way I'm getting full saturation on all of my subsections, but I'm letting my previous subsections do the work of coloring the underside for me, so I can just focus on applying the color to the top side. We're going to go through each of the quadrants, repeating this technique until the entire head is fully painted. Little pro tip for you: while you're doing your consultation with your client, ask them what color they're most fond of. So for example, if they really like the color blue on themselves, we want to make sure that we end the top of each quadrant with that blue color or whatever color they choose. That color is going to live right on the top of the head, so that's going to be the color that they see most frequently. So we want to make sure that even though we're using a ton of different shades, that they're getting the result that they really want to see and not living with the color that they aren't super fond of right at the top. We're going to let her process right at room temp in my chair for 25 minutes before rinsing all of this. I should have filmed a little rinse out video for y'all, but let me know if that's something that you want to see in the comments below, and I can definitely do that in a future video. Now we're going to move on to cutting. We wanted to do some curtain bang, Sabrina Carpenter moment. Not like a full bang, but just something so she had a little bit of swoop and a little bit of face framing. This is always my favorite part of ending a rainbow hair service, is getting to the styling, because once you start drying, you can really see all of these colors start to come together and start to just kind of like live their best life. I love seeing how they all play off of each other, and it's just such a cool end result. We did want to go in and do some loose waves, but first we had to take a moment just for the blowout shot. Like, are you joking? I am so obsessed with this color. I love how it works straight, and then when we get into the waves, we'll really start to see a bit more of that dimension kind of pop out and come through. But even just the straight look like has me in a chokehold. I'm so obsessed. For our final after shot, I made her like walk a mile across the street, because there's a church over there that has a really nice white wall that I love getting the after shot in front of. I don't make all of my clients walk over here, but for the ones that are blood related, they have to. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment box down below. Also, let me know if you want me to come back to YouTube full time. I miss y'all. I miss it here. Thanks so much again for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.